everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Rachel and this is Activerachelanne. This is my channel. This is my family. You guys are a part of my family, my active family. I am coming on here today because it's weigh-in Thursday. Tell me what day you guys choose to weigh in each week. If it's not Thursday, what day is it? And why do you choose to weigh in on a different day? Like, what's your rationale? What's your thinking behind weighing in on a different day? My reason for weighing in on a Thursday is because it allows me to keep track through the week better than if I were to weigh in at the beginning of the week. And then it still allows me to have, I don't know, like a cheat meal on the weekend, maybe two, and then get right back on top of it and get on track before my weigh-in on Thursday. So that's my reasoning. I don't know about you guys. If you're struggling to find a good weigh-in day, take that into heart and hopefully you can make a good decision that works for you. All right, moving forward, weigh-in Thursday. What is my results this week? This week, I have no gain and no loss. So big fat 0. And I'm okay with that. To me, again, I count zeros or maintenance as being a win because as long as I'm not gaining, I'm doing good. Life is good. So, this week has been extremely difficult on a multitude of levels. I've not talked about this on any of my social medias, and I don't want this video to be kind of overwhelmed by the current topics that are happening in our country right now. However, I will say this. My daughter lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She lives at my mom and dad's house. My mom and dad live less than 2 miles away from where all of the looting and the rioting all kind of started, where they talked about a Target store being burned on fire and an AutoZone or auto parts store and the 3rd precinct down in Minneapolis. And those are all landmark places and places that I call home. So she's living less than 2 miles away from those areas. So needless to say, it's been a very stressful week. On top of all of that, my daughter also believes in peaceful protests. She's also a millennial, so I don't know that she really understands the fact that when the mayor and the governor put in place a curfew, that means to get out of those areas at night. And so a couple nights she was out protesting. She did get sprayed with the spray, the gas spray, tear gas. And there were rubber bullets that were shot in her direction as well. She did not get shot by any. So it's been stressful. I've been praying a lot. I understand the reasons for the protest. I understand the situation with George Floyd was terrible. I grew up in Minneapolis. I grew up in a city where there was a lot of safety concerns. There was a lot of injustice. And so, and there was a lot of protesting. Even when I was in high school, I remember going to protest. So I get it. So ultimately, that kind of tipped me over the edge to not really be tracking much and not really be putting my heart and soul into worrying about weight loss this week. It's really been, my mind's been elsewhere. My mind's been on my daughter's safety and any other family members that live in Minneapolis. My mind is on those folks right now and other places around the world. So I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm just going to keep this video brief. Again, I'm not going into a lot of explanation as to my opinion about the situation. I just want everybody to be aware that I hear you, I feel you, I'm with you, and we'll get through this together. So let's just pray. Hold each other accountable, hold each other in our arms and love each other. I think that's important. And try to take each day on one step at a time, 1 second at a time, and get on to the next day. So that being said, I'm going to add a couple clips in here as to a sit-down talk with you about where I'm at body-wise and how I look with my body. So that'll be the next clip. And then I'm going to round it off with a couple meals that I made this week, like pictures of them, and maybe do a voiceover and talk about those meals and why I made them the way I did, and who inspired me to make those meals. And another YouTuber that you should check out here that she does a lot of meal planning and meal prepping. So with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. Love each other, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hey guys. I call you guys as an endearment. I'm just saying hello to everyone. It's like people in the South saying, hey y'all. I wanted to come on here and document another reason for my why. So, when I look at myself from this angle, from the chest up, I feel like my arms, my chest, all of that looks pretty strong. Like I'm rocking a good tank, right? But then as I pan down, I see this here. I see this here. And this is just me leaning back in a chair, so I feel, okay, yeah, it doesn't look so bad. Like, if I went to a barbecue and I was just sitting here, I'd be like, okay, no problem. But let me show you what really bothers me. So if I sit up or bend over, this is what is bothersome to me. And then I see this. Better to see it at a side. This and this. It's just like these inner tubes that hang out all around my sides. And it's bothersome to me. Can't stand it. Like I could just lift it up and hang it over my shoulder. And not tight whatsoever. It's just fat that needs to be, just needs to go away. But I wanted to document that because sometimes I get caught up in this mind frame that thinks that, not that I have come a long way, because I have. It's not about that. It's about the fact that I fool myself on thinking, oh yeah, you don't have to watch what you eat. You still look great. There's nothing to work on. And what a joke, right? Especially because I know that I have a lot to work on. And those are areas that I want to work on. But we can't spot reduce. We have to truly be a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit will eventually get rid of the fat. It can't be something that I'm sitting here doing 1,000 crunches a day and think that that's going to do it. So I just wanted to come on here and be real with you and show you the areas that bother me. And that's one of my areas. And that's one of my whys that keeps me going. This is a crock pot meal. It is turkey tenderloin with little baby potatoes and carrots, and it was so tasty. This is a chicken cheese wrap with a spinach wrap from Aldi, some chicken strips from Aldi, and string cheese with a plate of vegetables to go with. This is a hash brown casserole with chicken links from Aldi, cheese, and 6 eggs, and some basil and sage from my garden.